Good day, Vault Survivors. Welcome back to a brand new series I'm going to be starting if this proves popular. I noticed that people were quite pleased with my castle build, so I decided to do something in a similar vein, but I'm going to give myself 1 hour to do a speed create. I am using mods. I'm using a place anywhere mod, unlock settlement objects, OC decorator, fantastic mods, can't live without those two, and there is another one, scrap that, oh yeah, another two actually, scrap that settlement objects to get rid of objects that perhaps you couldn't normally get rid of, and scrap that living thing because there are a few dead rad roaches here at Tenpines Bluff. So without further ado, 1 hour creating, and then we'll see what I've got at the end of it. Just see what I can come up with in 1 hour speed build, and yeah, I will be obviously editing the footage, so you'll just see certain sections of it, but believe me, I'm sticking to 1 hour strictly, and then we'll look at what I've got at the end and do a quick talk over of my mindset and thoughts at the end. So without further ado, let's get on with it. Okay, so here we go with the build. I am basically coming up with ideas. I'm pretty much making it up as I was going along, but you can see me building the walls, and this is the basic shack. Later on you'll see what this becomes, but getting the foundations in, all the basic build area. I'm trying to do it as quick as I can as well, because obviously the hour-long build, the time limit I set upon myself was a little restrictive, shall we say. It's a good idea to have a rough idea of what you're building, how to build. So this is the barbecue area I'm building here, creating up with trying to make it look fairly interesting. I mean, one of the things is not to keep all the railings the same, but I had this idea of building a chimney, a nice grandiose chimney. So this is the original start of it, and this becomes none of it. So pretty much this is a waste of time. I think I found under the barn, but repurposed. You can see this brick kind of, I don't know whether you can see it clearly, but yeah, that is brick on barn. The trouble is it doesn't look so good on the inside because you've got the wooden supports, the scaffolding, I suppose, the wooden scaffolding that supports the actual wood over the top. It's probably got a correct technical builder term, but I don't know it. Yeah, so, and those bits are just, the whole thing's just covered in the brick look, so on the inside you've got this sort of strange look. You'll see it on the finished product, because a lot of the interior walls are that. The only other way I think you could get around it is by having that half layer all the way around your building, and having it full of have that be a cavity wall in effect, and put your electricity and everything randomly applying through there, because then you don't need to do the electricity glitch that everyone uses, where you can actually just wire up the house like you would wire up a real house, and it's a lot more stable for the program. But there is a problem in that. With Windows, what do you do with them? Do you bring it in and just bring the wire over over the top? And I mean, I'm going to try and work out a way of doing it. Cavity walls, I think, proper building techniques in for that. So here I am, just putting in. This is the bit I put in to, like you'll see here, to put the fire on for the fireplace. So this is, and there you go. You've got the fireplace, but I didn't like that. It's too high. So let's go back. You've got to place everything everywhere, wherever you want mod. And I just lighting wasn't too much, put a few candles in there, checked, you can only see from one angle candles, and I think I blocked the angle out by putting an object so you couldn't actually stand there and look at it, or made it a little bit more awkward in the final build. So I'm building the walls, and then we go on to building the upper floor. And I had an initial idea of where I was going to put the stairs, and then I moved that, and then build the second part with the chimney, and then I decided I wanted to sort of slap on the chimney, a slant on the chimney at the top, and I've looked at it from the outside there briefly, and then back round and up, running high speed, looks a bit crazy. Anyway, and yeah, so we're just putting that on there, and I choose a roof with a hole in so the smoke can get out, and it's perfect, but it's not, because that's not how the chimney ends up. But don't worry about that. That's roughly how the chimney ends up. So you've got the rough idea of how to build a chimney into your own building, and if you had the cavity walls as well, the chimney would kind of blend in. But realistically, the chimney sticking out is how you'd have old chimney breasts were, and I was kind of going for that old style feel. You know, after all, the game does make references to the 19th century with the cabot, whatever they're that family, the family of lunatics, because they're just so messed up. There's so many things wrong with that family. It's just unbelievable. But yeah, I was going to be using pictures of them, but then I was like, that's too iconic. You've got them in the portraits, and it's like, but I know who those characters are, and it was annoying. So I didn't use them in the final build. You'll see what I did in the final build. But yeah, this is just trying to work out the chimney bit, then trying to get there and suss it all better, and trying to get it right. Hang on, yeah, how's this going to work? And then it wouldn't snap into the right place, but I eventually worked something out by being extremely clever. But I don't think that's on the recording, unfortunately. So if you want to know how I did the top and moulded that all together to make it all work, oh yeah, I might have done it. Yeah, I think I did do it. There it is. It's gone in. Well, Claire, you didn't quite get your country house, a very big house in the country, finished before we ran out of time, but we could beautify things. You're not thinking of getting in my bed, are you? I hope not. You've got your own little shack out there. But I shall sort out, and I'll come back to this when it's finished, and I'll show you the finished house once I've done it all. And I like the idea of having this bit open, and I'm probably going to have a skylight up there. That's the theory anyway. But we shall see how I get on as I finish building, designing, crafting, designing, and then I'll show you the finished product. So yeah, in an hour you could pretty much get it done, but you can't get a big build done. And I'm probably just going to show you the structure with basic furniture in there, because I haven't got a lot of stuff for OC Decorator, and I've not got my supply line set up. I am right near the start of the game with Claire, but we shall venture on. I am right near the game. I think I'm level 25 or something, so yeah, quite early on in comparison to how most people are when they do build vids. And I do have more powerful characters, but they're not modded, and I just like playing with the mods, so I want to do a modded playthrough. So we shall get on and design this, and I'll show you a walkthrough of what it's like when I come back. Okay, so it took a little bit longer than I anticipated, a day and a half later, and yeah, I've just put down temporary defences. Don't worry, they're not going to be permanent. I'm going to try and do a lot more with this place. I'm going to do a few more speed builds, but yeah, here's what I've done. So far I'll give you a guided tour. They kept sleeping in here, so I just turned it into a temporary shed. Yeah, don't worry, this isn't what I've done. That over there is what we've done. Well, if Claire can walk up there. So we'll give you a guided tour, and I'll talk you through each feature. Right, mate. Right, how you doing? Let's not acknowledge each other. So that is producing water. We have a doghouse for when I catch a dog, which I'm going to do. Mailbox, because yes. Boiler. Yes, it's a boiler. A working boiler. I can show you how I did that with the assets I used and so on and so forth. Nothing poking out the back, but yeah, it's heats the water, and that goes up into the house. And obviously, so you've got the front house, you've got the Minutemen logo on the top there, and this is the first room, the kitchen stroke welcome room. So you've got let's close the door. You've got a chair where you can sit and sort of clean yourself up, take off your armour. Let's sit. I'm hoping to get some coffee cups. I have, because OC Decorator uses real objects, I had hardly any objects to put around the place to make it look lived in, so I did the best I could with what I was given. So obviously, like, you've got boxes and things and all sorts of things going on. A little sink here, bit of food, so radio, somewhere to cook, an Aga. And they come out here, and then we've got the balcony area. The power is all electrical. I didn't want it to be noisy generators, and I'm right at the start of the game, like I said, so I'm just using a resource mod obviously to get all these resources. There's no way you'd be able to build this. Take you a month of Sundays to collect all the gear. Yeah, so this is a nice little area where you can come and sit. fix up your power armor. Blowtorch there to fix it. Barbecue. I think that is actually working. Yep, you can actually use that. That's the great thing about USO. There is some really nice ideas. Dryer isn't working, but this is a working washer as well. You'll be like, what? Hang on, how will that work? Well, you put it in dirty clothes and they come out clean, obviously. You know, so pretty. This is the living room. You saw me build a lot of this area. You saw me struggle with the fireplace, and got one of the best books in the game there, best magazine. Have Dog Will Travel. 2 right. Have Dog Will Travel. Although I haven't travelled too much with my Mason dog, but we do go regularly around the block and things, so he knows the local area well. So yeah, you've got a nice seating area. Quite often the settlers came and sat down here, but now I've done some stuff to upstairs. They tend to go up there. And you've got a dining room and stroke a bit of office. You can sit here and perhaps write a few letters to the Minutemen. I brought these away because the curtains. I wanted curtains just so you could close the doors and shut out the world. And then we've got the workbench area for doing your chemistry, your weapon mods, and somebody can sit here and talk to you and relax a bit. I wonder how long that'll stay clean, you know, with all the oil and such like. Probably forever. This is computer world, and the wood's also extra resilient. Let's go upstairs then, and upstairs you've got a nice little Minutemen flag, a corner, a place to relax, and after a hard day's work. That picture, I don't know where that picture's from in the game actually. I know all the other pictures are like the Cabot family, but that I didn't know. And I like that freedom trail. I thought, yeah, a little nod to the railroad. And then we've got the first, well, this is like a youngster's bedroom. One of those young chaps, or chap asses, the USO terminal, and it's got a really nice view out there, and mountains, motorway, as was, and yeah, it's just amazing little view. And you've got the guest bedroom, which has got double views. This has got out there. I mean, it is as much about the environment you're in as what's around it and what you can see. So yeah, guest bedroom here. We've got a few bits and look, yeah, you're noticing probably the radiators everywhere. This double radiator in this room. Desk so you can get your affairs in order. Bathrobe in case you've forgotten one. I should put a towel in here as well, really. Got a nice little seating area here as well. Radio, put that on. Bit of classical music. And then this is more of a boys' room. And you've got the model kit, the magnifying glass, the radio, the pictures, the weights, boxing gloves, and yeah, so it's and then the master bedroom, which tends to be a lot darker. It tried to reflect a few more adult, pedal bin, you know, camera, surgical stuff, a bit more of an adult type clutter. And a safe behind the door. So nobody will ever find it. So that is Tenpines Bluff Manor. It's a very big house in the country. Which is where Lucas keeps turning up. I am going to try and put a wall around here, and I might do another speed build of a smaller area. I have extended borders, so it doesn't go too far, but you've got a little bit more room than you would normally have up here. You'll probably see the guns. I put them up here. So I was thinking perhaps put something up here, like a coach or something, a bus, and build that, turn that into a little player home. If you'd like to know with what objects of USO I did this, I mean, you probably tell. It's not too complicated. I mean, it's barrels and which are things you'd find out on the wasteland. A bit ripped out from Vault 111, because why wouldn't you gut that place? I tell you, they gutted you at the start of the game. And this is obviously a Far Harbour, if you remember, if you've had that DLC. So unfortunately, yes, you do require DLC to make a boiler. Oh, that's not quite in there properly now. It doesn't stick out the back. It's alright. I could put another one in there, some more flames, and I thought, yeah, some tools nearby, like it's constantly being worked upon because it doesn't work properly. I'll probably try and trap a dog and get a few more things going on here. But that's it for now, and I thank you all for watching. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Thanks for the response on my no mods castle build. I was really pleased with that. The amount of views have been superb, so now I'm going to concentrate on Claire and modded playthrough and try and get her in there. I don't know, Railroad, Brotherhood. I'm probably going to go Brotherhood because I've not got an alternative Brotherhood playthrough apart from my Let's Play on my channel, which was the first time I experienced the game. That will be continuing. I've got all those episodes to get in order, but this I just thought it was a little something I'd do over the weekend after I'd been building. But if you did like it, let me know and comment or give it a thumbs up, and I'll and subscribe if you're new, and I will make another speed build and try and make it actually a speed build and try and get it done in an hour, or you know, half a day or something, a reasonable time, not a day and a half. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Let's get ready to rumble. I've always wanted to do that. Let's go. I did not want to do that.